You're watching another great interview on Audio Inc. Radio. What's going on? It's Anne Erickson with Audio Inc. Radio. If you're new here, welcome. It's great to have you. And please subscribe. Also give this video a thumbs up. John and Justin from Dirty Honey join us to talk about their new self-titled record, Let's Get Inked.
Hey, I'm Justin from Dirty Honey.
I'm John, also from Dirty Honey. You're rocking with Anne. This is Audio Inc. Radio.
What's up? It's Anne Erickson with Audio Inc. Radio, and I'm here with two rising stars, I guess you could say, John and Justin from Dirty Honey. How are you?
How's it going?
How have things been for you guys this past year? I mean, it's been, such a crazy, unprecedented year.
Been pretty crappy.
Mostly crappy. Yeah. We, as you've probably heard, we made a record. I think it's a lot better than it would have been had we not had the quarantine, actually. So
I've heard the whole record and it sounds amazing. So congratulations on that. I really think that people are going to love it. One thing I really like is kind of the live raw feeling of the album. And I'm wondering, was that a conscious thing or did that just kind of happen?
it's conscious. And that's been partly our just love of the music we love. And then also our producer's sort of ideology about how he likes to make rock records. So there's a simpatico there, I think.
Yeah, I think most of the rhythm tracks they all were pretty much done live, except for like small edits, I'd say.
It's even liver than the first record, actually.
Yeah.
Liver. Yeah.
More live?
Yeah. What do they say in TV? Live.
Livelier.
It's not
livelier.
Livelier. No, that's what you put on your Bumble. No, I don't know.
So when I think Dirty Honey, I think like real rock and roll. And I'm wondering, what do you guys think constitutes real rock?
It's got to be a little bit dangerous. What do you think, John?
I think there's a looseness.
Yeah.
And a swingingness and a shoot from the hip feel to it. Even if you didn't make it the way we made it, like, even if there was a lot of overdubbing, there's still a way to even do that captures that.
And there's got to be a taste of the blues in there.
There's got to be a taste of the blues. I hate to make rules, but if you take that out, and I've learned this from writing riffs, if you can be one note off from metal or like hard modern rock to rock and roll, and it's just got to be that there's a certain language to remember to keep in there, and then it's rock and roll, and it's sweaty.
What would you say would be some of the influences that influenced you guys, not just writing in general, but in particular on this record?
Just kind of the big ones: Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith. Those two. Just those two.
Yeah, specifically just Mr. Brownstone and Walk This Way. No, I'm kidding. Actually, all the obvious, I think, heroes we've probably cited before: Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, The Stones, Crows, Mark Lowe's, Chris Cornell. Justin brings in like I kind of think like the thing you bring is like a 90s rock flavor, even without trying.
Sure.
I'm not saying you're Mr. 90s rock, but that's what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of saying like, dude, change your bass tone. No, I'm just kidding.
But we definitely, I know John, Corey, and I also really love like funk and R&B music. So it's got a groove. So we could go down a whole list of those kind of artists that we love too, that have influenced us maybe indirectly.
Yeah.
But like you read interviews about Aerosmith when they were making those 70s records, and those guys were just listening to James Brown and that kind of funk music all the time. And
totally.
We do that too.
But I think we haven't mentioned this before, but I think a big influence on a big thing in forming the songs on this album was actually what we had already done. We realized our first EP, although it was short, it was pretty varied in style. So, which was kind of just a sort of like, we caught our big break. Let's just pull whatever we have and finish it. And so the result is we realized we have like seven different, there's like seven songs. If you include Fire Away, it's like we have seven different lanes that can
explore,
be explored. Like we can go, like, you know what I mean? Like each song is another avenue. There's
we had Down the Road, which is a ballad, and we have a new kind of bluesy rock ballad on the record.
Yeah.
I'd say Take My Hand's kind of a extenuation of scars.
Yeah. So we have these like lanes that, we kind of took cues from ourselves, and it's fun because I feel like we're starting to develop a language.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. What was that experience like, just kind of quarantining together and during this weird year where you guys couldn't really be touring? What was it like just really focusing on the new record?
I think during it, especially the real heat of it, like the summer, I think there was a lot of, now looking back, it's just a blessing, like I said, for the record, but there was a lot of,
it was tough.
It was tough. It wasn't really necessarily that fun until we finally got to, eat the fruit that we bared, which was make the record. Before, I mean,
it was just hard. There's so many like outside. It's like, I mean, I live in Hollywood, and the protests were literally going by my apartment every day for weeks.
The homelessness factor in Hollywood has got
crazy. It's like there's shootings outside of my place. It's just,
there's like machete action. I mean, it's just crazy. And also there was just like, there was a lot of bouts where I just didn't even play guitar for a while.
Yeah.
Like, so we persevered, but there was definite periods where it was like, man, I'm just depressed, like that the quarantine depression was real. And I think we all each hit it at different times. And then we hit really nice streaks too. Even, just the three of us, me, Justin, and Corey, at times just got together and we were like, all right, let's play our favorite records. So we're in there learning Rage Against the Machine songs and trying to play them as good as we can. Like it was like all phases of it,
So you guys, early on, you opened for Slash on tour, which is really cool. And I'm wondering, did you guys like keep in touch at all? Because now you're a lot bigger than you were then. And I'm wondering if he's had any like words of encouragement.
Well, it's funny. We're the biggest Slash heads in the band for sure. But we missed out on the personalized words of encouragement from Slash.
Yeah, I mean, we were outside. We were fucked up. Let's just be real. It was after a gig, and like me and him were screwing around.
Yeah, we had a lot of drinks.
And Slash kind of took Mark and Corey aside, and this was at the end of the run we'd done. And it's like, I just want to tell you guys that really appreciate what you're doing. We love you guys. I might not, we hear you every night. And I was so mad. I'm still bitter about it.
Oh, it's so bummed, dude. All I ever,
I just had awkward encounters with him the whole time.
Yeah, like I think the most I ever said to him was like, "Thanks, Slash," and he was like, "Cool."
Okay, there's always next time. I mean, I think he might get out there with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators again. So
yeah, Miles was really accessible, and we also did the Alter Bridge tour, so he's like a bud.
He's been like the most supportive. Like he literally comments on anything we post on Instagram, on our personal pages even.
He's just awesome. He loves us. He's super cool, super approachable. And Slash again was very supportive, but he has to show it in his certain way. I mean, he has to be guarded. But he doesn't know if you're going to line step or not. He doesn't know you,
But he's obviously supportive. I mean, he asked Mark to sing with him at NAMM a year and a half ago. I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So he loves it. And it's awesome to know that.
So do you guys feel like there's kind of a rock revival right now because bands like you and Greta Van Fleet are so hot and popular? It's really, refreshing to see that kind of music getting a lot of attention.
It's certainly refreshing for us, especially. And I'm just grateful that it's refreshing that there's an appetite for it. We spent, quite a few years in the trenches and, trying to tinker with the recipe, and also just like being in complete obscurity and then living in Los Angeles, there on the ground, there really isn't a strong hint that
I grew up in LA and like the rock scene is pretty dead.
Yeah.
I mean, there was kind of like a metal scene when I was growing up, but like, everybody like idolizes the Sunset Strip, especially people that live here, but it's kind of like, it's not what it's all cracked up to be.
No. And if you bounce around in the rock circles with musicians, it's kind of more 80s. Like everybody's like kind of mohawked out and like wearing like those bracelets with the spikes, and like it's just not it's not us. And so even in a weird way, we sort of don't fit in the rock scene
and
that
it
does
just,
exist.
it just wasn't, at least for me, it wasn't like a fun scene to grow up going to.
Yeah.
It was kind of like more like aggressive and
shredding,
kind of mean too, like just people that were there. It wasn't like this fun like 80s or 70s, you know, like party mentality that like, you know, you see when you watch a documentary or something.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, yeah, it's very refreshing for us, and
it's really cool. Like, you know, we released a single a week and a half ago, and like there's all these young kids like making guitar videos of like the guitar riff or do it as solo, and I'm like, oh, this is like awesome. Like kids all over the world are like digging this.
It's faster than it was even the last ones.
Yeah.
So we're even seeing growth. It's just exciting, and it's the way we it's us living our truth musically. So that's you can't ask for a better deal, really.
Yeah, there's a perception out there that young people don't want to hear guitars anymore. And I feel like you guys are a band that really proves that wrong. I mean, what's been your experience with young people taking on your music?
That they're out there, that they do love it. You know, is it the same amount of people that love you know, Cardi B? I'm not sure, but they're out there, and I think we're a voice that is validating them in a way. They're validating us and we're validating them, you know, so it's kind of like that. They're like, hey, wait, this is awesome. I was lucky enough, you know, to be shown great music by my parents, but there's no bands now. Oh, wait, there is a band.
Yeah, there is a band for my generation.
Yeah.
We see that comment all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever live music is finally back, do you think it's going to go back to kind of what it was before with everyone getting close and being free? Or do you think it's going to be forever kind of weird and different?
I don't think it'll be weird and different.
No, I think it'll be weird for a month. And then as soon as everybody's friend has been to one concert, it's going to go insane and it's going to be crazier than it ever was. I want to rage so hard. I just want to get sloppy drunk and run into a crowd of people and go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he used to do at our little crappy gig. He would just like go in wielding his like bass like it was a machete, and people would respond positively. I'd be like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I can't do that. I just love my guitar too much.
What are you most looking forward to when it comes to that first big gig back? I mean, you might, you know, have some of the live stream things. I'm not sure what you have going on there, but like when it comes to your first real concert back,
the energy, I feel like the energy is going to be off the chain. I mean, unless it's like, you know, extra distance, like people actually can't come together, like because they're like bored, you know, that'll be lame. But like,
I'm looking forward to having a writer again.
yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to honestly every aspect of it. I won't take anything for granted this time, I think, or be you know, too distracted with the parts that are difficult to enjoy the parts that make it worth it.
I'm so looking forward to traveling again. Like,
yeah, dude.
Sitting in the same place for a year straight is that's not what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah, I think that's something we're all looking forward to, as far as I feel like everyone kind of took it for granted before. I look at pictures from a year and a half ago at concerts, and I think I had no idea how lucky I was. So I think everyone feels like we'll never take this for granted again.
Yeah, definitely. Let's roar through these 20s.
So what is next for you guys? I mean, do you have any idea when you're going to get back out there yet?
Well, we have ideas that of course we can't commit to on tape, but
there's a lot of TBD right now.
Yeah, a lot of TBDs. And there's some good, you know, there'll be a mix of headline and some stuff lined up with some bands, and the stuff lined up with some bands would be pretty exciting if it happens. And if it does happen, you know, it'll be in the summer, but we'll just see if enough states open up. It's really,
as soon as we're allowed to do it, we're going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, that's all those contingency plans are there. So it's just a matter of the good old Uncle Sam.
Right. My fingers are crossed, and I know a lot of people can't wait to see you guys. So I often hear you guys in the same breath as Greta Van Fleet, like, oh, Dirty Honey and Greta Van Fleet, they're the two hot new bands out there. Would you ever consider, you know, touring with them?
Absolutely not.
Nah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
If the situation is right.
Yeah, it's certainly not. Why would I say? Why would I say no?
You feel kind of a kindred spirit since you guys both are. Again, the past few years, I hear you both being like the two hot new bands.
I think it's pretty exciting. I think just to be named as a hot new band, and I think the one thing that's cool is because we see a lot of Greta fans show up to the shows, especially towards the end of the year when it started to catch on a little more, the end of 2019 and early 2020. And a lot of them were excited because they were like, we have two bands and the best part is you guys aren't the same flavor at all, but you're,
both rock and roll.
Yeah. It's like, you guys are like,
four guys playing
dirty, greasy. Yeah. And like, the Greta's got their thing. So it's cool. It's great. It's great I really feel like we have our own lane right now, which is awesome.
Yeah. I see them as a contemporary and not a competitor. So I wouldn't, be opposed to doing a show with them.
And what are you most looking forward to when it comes to your fans finally hearing the full new record?
That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Them finally hearing the new record. No. What
am I looking forward? I mean,
our brains are pancaked out from quarantine now. We don't even look forward.
I'm there with you. I think everyone there.
Everyone's like, what are you looking forward to the future? I'm like, I forgot about the future.
I know. Who knows, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm most excited because I think we did a really good job and I like every song.
Yeah, I think it's going to be anybody that liked the first EP is going to like this record. I don't think we changed our sound. I think we just improved upon what we built on the first record.
Well, it's been awesome chatting, you guys. The new record from Dirty Honey, self-titled, just an awesome set. So everyone pick it up. And thanks again for your time.
Thank
you. Great to rock with you.